all the time. When my little cousins come over, we play just play mode, and I am not a believer in letting little kids win.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The tallest building in the... And with...
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They're obviously disappointed with how things are going. Momentum working right now against them.
And you know what, the Knicks...
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Antetokounmpo out there with Holmes. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Johnson, and it's Brogdon in at the 1 spot. And for the Knicks, they've got Ojale. Achua is out there with Griffin. And there's D'Angelo Russell, and it's Holiday in at the point guard position. Here's Brogdon. No good on that one. The Knicks go the other way with it.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
I think it was a lot of bad decisions leading to a lot of poor looks. Patience was not their best quality in that basketball game.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the call. New York with the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And both free throws good for Giannis. Greg, obviously we're early on here. We already have seen some second-year players looking much more improved over their rookie year.
I mean, if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. And listen, the fact that you now gone through the season, you've got a better sense of who you are and what you can do out on the floor. I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year, and you go into the offseason with specific goals and areas where you want to improve.
You think there's more growth between your first and second year than any other 2 years in your career?
You could make that case, no doubt about it, because that's you're still thinking you could be one of the all-time greats no matter who you are at that stage, and so you tend to put in a little more emphasis in terms of improvement.
And a fast break now for the Knicks. Holiday, no one around him. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
Brogdon right side. Passes it to Holmes. Over Holiday. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Now, here's Brogdon. A 24-point outing in their last game again.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
And stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Pulls up. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, in the open floor, D'Angelo Russell understands he can be special.
Giannis right side. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Now, here is Russell. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Holiday surveying the floor. 5 on the clock. Back to Russell. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
And guys, these teams don't see each other too often, but last year they would have liked to see a little bit more of them, the way they were able to take care of their business.
Here's Holiday. Grizzlies making the shot. Griffin kicks to Russell. A floater. Here. Oh, wow!
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
Here's Antetokounmpo. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
A primary scorer for his team. Griffin also has a knack for drawing fouls on the way up.
The Knicks shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Antetokounmpo.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Russell with it. Puts one up from 19. Misses off the left iron. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 4. This is what Giannis Antetokounmpo recently told us.
For me personally, I just...
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Hardaway is out there with Malcolm Brogdon. And there's Rashawn Holmes. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Now Antetokounmpo following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. And that one's good by Giannis. Giannis has got 10.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Here's Ojale. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Holiday against Giannis. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo, and Giannis pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And it just doesn't take many steps for Antetokounmpo to get up the floor on the break. It's just steal, sprint, and finish.
Now here is Holiday. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Achua, the pass to Ojale. Just 5 to shoot. Holiday attacking. Count it.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Antetokounmpo kicks to Holmes. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Now here is Holiday. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now the fast break. Brogdon with the ball for the finish. And Giannis throws it down.
Malcolm Brogdon has been rock solid since he won the Rookie of the Year award. This guy's capable as a scorer, and what a pretty pass there.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Malcolm Brogdon has proven more than capable of producing at a high level on the offensive end, both as a scorer and as a passer. And we know he is a quality defensive player, great positioning, great intellect. He's a true two-way force.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Hardaway passes to Giannis. Puts up a 3. It's Hardaway, that time on the assist by Antetokounmpo. And the Grizzlies lead by 15. For New York, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Pass to Griffin. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Still, Griffin has insane hops. Close in, can sky over others, helps him to draw fouls.
And he sinks the second. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Johnson surveying the floor. Griffin with the steal. And a fast break now for New York. Russell's running. Got a piece of it.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Holiday against Antetokounmpo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Giannis has got 10 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into any...
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After a tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 18 points. And
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Achua is out there with Ojala. Then it's Holiday. Then there's Griffin. And it's Russell in at the 2 spot. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Brogdon the pass to Antetokounmpo. Brogdon against Holiday. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's the big, strong, physical body of Malcolm Brogdon, able to take the contact and still get a shot off.
Brogdon hits them both.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Holiday against Brogdon. And Holiday kicks to Russell. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And that's now 7 points for D'Angelo Russell. Giannis high post. 18 points for him. And Hardaway gets it to go.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Griffin against Holmes. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
What we know about D'Angelo Russell is this guy is a dynamic, aggressive scorer. The key is he's got to extend his minutes playing under control. If he does that, lights out.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. On the wing, Hardaway. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
I just love how confident Tim Hardaway Jr. is from long distance. This guy will cash in from there.
Pass to Holiday. Back to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Ojala passes to Achua. Outside Holiday. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. .151 left to play in the third. And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Brogdon looking it over. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back. the edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And Giannis throws it down.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Now the pass to Ojala. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists tonight.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%. And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. They get it back. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Giannis has got 6 here in this quarter. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Russell. 11 seconds left in the third. Clock at 6. Releases. And again, it's New York.
And this is what D'Angelo Russell does out here, right? He's a dynamic scorer who doesn't lack for confidence.
From deep, Giannis. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the...
That's a great look. Great look.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. We've got Malcolm Brogdon. Johnson is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Holmes in at the 5 down low.
Yeah, I mean, the ball handling and body control for a guy that's Giannis's height, it's really impressive.
Russell inside, guarded by Hardaway.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. How the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. And both free throws good for Johnson.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Russell with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. It's stolen by Johnson. Hardaway kicks to Brogdon. You know, Doris, teams are using analytics more than ever before. We know that. For example, blocks are certainly a key number. But some defenders, as you know, are so good, teams don't even go at them because of those analytical numbers.
Kevin, we refer to that as shot suppression, and you have to look no further than the last 2 winners of the Defensive Player of the Year award, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Rudy Gobert. When those 2 guys are in the middle of the paint, a ball handler or would-be shot taker may reverse course and reset the offense. That's how much those guys impact the game on the defensive end.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. On the wing, Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to see. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Passes it to Ojala. Griffin trying to get open. Here's Achua. Great D that time from Giannis. And so it's Brogdon with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Holiday brings the double team. Johnson left side, and it's Hardaway atop the key. Holmes passes to Brogdon. That one good for two.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Memphis.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
It's Russell with the drive. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest, 7 for 15 from the floor.
Well, he's getting better at absorbing contact. Finishes like this prove Russell is a tough, dynamic competitor.
Giannis passes to Brogdon. Johnson outside. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth. Holiday brings the double team. Brogdon finds Holmes. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. From deep. The shot by Brogdon, no good. Russell against Hardaway. D'Angelo Russell again.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Brogdon outside. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.